Okay, I'd like to call the meeting to order, and we're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance first, and then the invocation by Councilman Calvo.
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilor Hogan. Heavenly Father, we just give you all the praise. We want to continue to bless this community, bless this chambers, bless all the officers and our young people as they started school today. We thank you and let us continue to do what we need to do in honor of your name. And we just want to continue to bless over our community. We bless over all the counselors and just continue to have a blessed day. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Caldwell. Roll call.
Councilor Caldwell.
Present.
Councilor Machoke.
here.
Councilor Paniagua.
Here.
Councilor Gathers.
Present.
Councilor Nave.
Present.
Councilor Hogan.
Here.
Councilor Williams.
Here.
Councilor Jones-Rouser.
Present.
Councilor Monto.
Here.
All present.
Okay, thank you. I'll entertain a motion to accept the minutes of August 12th.
So move. So move.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry, City Clerk. Petitions,
No, President Pro Tem.
committee reports. Go on.
Yes,
Councilman Machoke?
So we had a joint committee meeting between Public Safety Committee and Neighborhood and Business Neighborhood Preservation Committee between Councilor Joe Rouser and myself to talk about public safety and homelessness and all the strategies around it.
Any other committee reports? I had one on economic development. On the 15th, we discussed the 727 Comstock Avenue. Okay. Communications.
Yes, President Pro Tem, we have one from the Honorable Brandon Williams, United States Congress for the 22nd District, New York. It's relative to the findings to the City of Syracuse to assist with the establishment of a new public safety facility for the Syracuse Police and Fire Department. And I also have a communication from a constituent, a letter opposing the city position regarding the Christopher Columbus statue.
We're going to break the procedure a little bit. I'm going to recognize Councilor Machoke.
Thank you, Pro Tem. We are moving item 30 forward to start our business today. This item is a resolution recognizing the effort and sacrifices of Officer Jensen. And before we proceed, I want to recognize our Chief of Police, Cecil, to say a few words.
You're lowering the mic for me now? It's just a bad lag, Nader. Thank you, Counselor. Just want to thank Counselor Machoke. Hi, Paul. Thanks, Counselor Machoke and all the other counselors for putting forth this resolution to honor our fallen officer, Michael Jensen. I want to thank the Jensen family for allowing us to share this honor with Michael and you, and for the tremendous grace under pressure that you've shown throughout this ordeal. Whether you know it or not, and I hope you do, your courage and kindness and graciousness has helped the entire Syracuse Police Department work through this loss. And I hope the Syracuse Police Department has been able to help you through the loss as well. 95 officers have lost their lives in the line of duty so far this year. Although not all of them have been the result of gunfire, I can assure you that all of their deaths came while protecting and serving the communities they love, which was exactly what Officer Jensen was doing on the night he was struck down. Officer Jensen touched a lot of lives in his short career as a Syracuse police officer, saved some lives too, and I mean that quite literally. How many other lives he would have positively influenced and affected if he had had a full police career, we will never know now. One thing I do know from watching his short career is that that number would have grown each year. and that Michael would have enjoyed every year of his police career. Unfortunately, we cannot bring Officer Jensen back and put him in the arms of his loving family, nor can we bring him back and put him in that uniform he was so proud to wear and put him next to his fellow officers he was so proud to serve next to. But what we can do is vow never to forget the sacrifice, vow never to forget the sacrifice of all officers who have and continue to die in the line of duty. We can honor Officer Jensen by remembering that there are those who will hold that line between lawful and unlawful, between order and disorder, between chaos and calm, hold that line even if it means the ultimate sacrifice. We can honor Officer Jensen and all the fallen officers by being thankful that brave men and women all across this great nation continue to step forward, continue to raise their hands, continue to take the oath to protect and serve the communities they love, again, even if it means the ultimate sacrifice. We call these brave men and women police officers. We call them cops. And that's what Michael Jensen was and will always be remembered in our eyes as a cop. I want to thank him for his service. And I want to thank the family once again for their grace under pressure. Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Chief. And we are joined by Mr. Jensen and Mrs. Jensen. Thank you so much for having this courage and strength to come here today. This resolution is sponsored by all my colleagues and myself. And Mr. Jensen, would you like to say a few words, or are you all set? Okay. I want to read this resolution so that those that didn't understand or know Mr. Jensen, or at least Officer Jensen, at least for them to have a glimpse of what he did, who he was as a person, beside the person that loves his job. A resolution to honor Syracuse Police Officer Michael Jensen for giving the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty on April 14, 2024. Whereas Michael Jensen grew up in Rome, New York, a lover of outdoors and staying active. He loved sport of all kinds, but most especially hockey. And he had easygoing personality with a contagious smile, a dry sense of humor, an ability to light up a room and make everyone laugh. Whereas following his graduation from Rome Free Academy in 2013, Michael Jensen attended Des Moines College, where he was a member of the hockey team and remained a leader in all-time points, goals, and assists, and earned a bachelor's degree in accounting in 2017 and his master's degree in business administration in 2018. Whereas after working in accounting for 4 years, first for Bankers Health Care Group and then the Turning Stone Resort Casino, Michael felt that a career change was needed, one where he could stay active. And so in the fall of 2020, he took the civil service exam and joined the Syracuse Police Department in 2022. And whereas Officer Jensen was assigned to the bike patrol detail at Destiny USA, a position he relished and thrived at, the ability to meet and interact with people from all walks of life, to talk and laugh, and was a true passion, Officer Jensen. And whereas Officer Jensen was an exemplary officer, and his passion for law enforcement and for life in general shined through his work, he took great pride in all his roles in the Syracuse Police and worked tirelessly to make the city of Syracuse a safer place. And this dedication was recognized when he received an Officer of the Month award in December 2023. And after only a year and a half on the job, very, 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 very great. Whereas right until the end, Officer Jensen put the lives of his fellow officers above his own well-being. And with action that can be described as nothing short of heroic, and keeping with his oath to protect and to serve, he saved the lives of those around him. Now, therefore, be resolved that the Syracuse Common Council, as duly elected representative of the proud citizen of the city of Syracuse, do hereby honor the memory of Officer Michael Jensen whose heroic action on April 14 and the sacrifice he made to his fellow officer will never be forgotten.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Mrs. Johnson, thank you.
I'll ask the clerk to please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous.
We'll go back to unfinished business. Councilor Gathers, you have 8A.
Thank you, President Pro Temp. I have item A8, and that'll be introduced and I urge its adoption.
On item 8A. Is there any discussion? Any objection? Clerk, please call the roll.
Aye.
I have item 8B. I'd like to introduce and urge its adoption. Is there any discussion? Any objection? Clerk, please call the roll.
Aye.
On behalf of President Hudson, I have 9. Is there any discussion? Any objection?
9 is withdrawn, right?
Withdrawn, okay. Sorry. Councilor Caldwell.
Thank you, Councilor Hogan. Blessings to all. I have items 10 through 19. I'd like to introduce them, urge adoption.
Item 10. Is there any objection? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 11. Is there any objection? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 12. Is there any objection? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 13. Is there any objection? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 14. Is there any objection? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 15. Objection? Discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 16. Any objections? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 17. Is there any objection? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 18. Is there any objection? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 19. Is there any objection? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 20, I believe, is Councilor Majok.
Yes. Thank you, Pro Tem. I have item 20 to 29 because we have already done 30. Item 20 would be withdrawn. Item 20, 21 through 29 are ready. I would like to introduce them and urge their adoption.
Thank you, Councilor Majok. On item 21, is there any objection? Okay. Item 20 is withdrawn. Item 21, is there any objection? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 22, is there any objection? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 23, is there any objection? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 24, is there any objection? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 25, is there any objection? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 26, is there any objection? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 27, is there any objection? Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 28, are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 29, are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Unanimous.
We'll skip over to Councilor Paniagua.
I have items, good afternoon, everybody. I'm introducing items 31 and 32 and urge their adoption.
Thank you, Councilor. Item 31, are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 32, are there any objections? Are there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous.
Okay, Councilor Gathers.
Thank you, President Pro Temp. I have items 33. I'm going to hold that item.
This will be held?
It's going to be held.
Yeah, thank you. Okay. I'll go to my, it's held, right? Yeah, I said it. I'll say it again.
Please do.
It's going to, 33 is going to be held. Okay. Counselor, this is myself. I have items 34, 35, and 36. I'd like to introduce them all and urge their adoption. On behalf of Council Jones-Rouser, too. Item 34, are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 35, are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous.
Item 36, are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Unanimous.
Okay. I have items, we'll go to Councilor Hogan. Items 37 through 41, I will hold item 37, and I will hold item 38. Item 39. Are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 40. Are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 41 is a resolution for the Marriott Syracuse Downtown. Yes, I'm going to read it, Council. Yes, I am, City Clerk. Great team up here, I'll tell you. If I can get this open. Here we go. Okay. Resolution to recognize the Marriott Downtown Syracuse as an iconic and historic hotel which has stood the test of time for 100 years. Whereas at the turn of the century, the city of Syracuse has experienced a period of significant growth and transformation with increasing job opportunities in factories and manufacturing, leading to the influx of new citizens and a population boom. And whereas by 1920, the Syracuse is home to numerous conventions, the New York State Fair, a large and rapidly increasing healthcare sector, an expansive university, and these factors contributed to the need for more hotel rooms in the city. And whereas in 1921, Edward H. Butler initiated the development of a luxury hotel in the city by forming the Syracuse Hotel Company, a group comprised of local businessmen who would lead the financing of the project, which includes selling his stocks to hundreds of local Syracuse residents, which he helped to raise more than $1.5 million. And whereas renowned architect William Stone Post, a partner in the prestigious firm George B. Post and Sons, was hired to design the building, and he immediately began working on the plans with the construction of the hotel beginning in 1922. And whereas the Hotel Syracuse opened its doors to the public in 1924, a grand Art Deco building which required 4,296 tons of iron, 20,000 barrels of cement to build, and cost $7 million, and featured 620 rooms, 25,000 yards of carpet, 48,759 pieces of fine china, and 18,000 towels, and 10,000 napkins. And whereas for the decades, the Hotel Syracuse anchored the southern end of downtown, it was home to countless banquets and conventions and business meetings and weddings and laughs over dinners and drinks following a long day at work. And whereas after long periods of immense success, the Hotel Syracuse began facing financial and economic burdens that resulted in several ownership changes, which led to bankruptcy in 1990 and again in 2001, culminating in the hotel closing its doors in May of 2004. And whereas Syracuse native and the developer, Ed Riley, recognized the importance of the Hotel Syracuse and the value that it added to the local economy, and led the charge to revitalize the hotel to its former grandeur. Whereas the following years of renovation costing millions of dollars, the Hotel Syracuse reopened its doors in 2016 as a Marriott Syracuse downtown and is once again home to business meetings and conventions, parties and weddings, dinners, drinks, and dancing, and remains an important historic icon for the city of Syracuse and its history. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Common Council, as duly elected representatives of proud citizens of the city of Syracuse, do hereby recognize the significant and historic role that the Hotel Syracuse Marriott Syracuse downtown has played in the city of Syracuse over the past 100 years, and hopefully see its doors open, lights on for another century. It's not adopted. Okay. Thank you.
Counselor, is all councils aboard with this? I forgot to ask earlier.
Yes.
Okay. Item 41. Any objections? Any discussion? Please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Thank you. I will deliver this to Mr. Riley, who's currently out of town. There's more than a few events at the hotel where he'll be able to read it to people. So,
Pro Temp,
Counselor, what's
can we go back to 40?
40?
Yeah.
I think we already voted on
40?
that.
Yeah.
We already voted on that.
Yes, I know. I wanted to see if we would be able to hold it if possible. Is that no?
A motion have to be made, right, Joe? Or, yeah, a motion to reconsider. If that's what you're
I
gonna-
wanted to be able to look at the legislation because a lot of the light auto repair properties have become abandoned car and parked properties that is just unsightly, and I want to make sure that legislation states what can be stored on the lot, or if there's any storing of broken down abandoned vehicles on the lot.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to defer to the Common Council who represents the area. Councilor Nave, do you have any issues with this, or?
I have no objection. I think Counselor Jones-Rouser's concerns are very valid.
Okay. So, Counselor, can you please write out that motion exactly the way the way you're saying it and provide it to us?
Yes.
It will need a second and at least 5 votes.
Write it out now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can say it and just write it out the way you presented it.
Oh, okay. So I want to put a motion to the floor to withdraw item 40.
No, you
Withdraw?
mean hold it, right?
Hold?
You're going to hold it, right, until?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. To hold item 40.
Why don't you give us some guidance here? A little unusual here, but we already voted on it.
Yes, Joe Barry, First Assistant Corporation Counsel. So you need a motion to reconsider what you already voted on? Motion and a second, and then once that motion is approved, you have to have a second action to decide how to dispose of it. So if the motion to reconsider is approved, it's back on the floor, and you can either hold it or
Right.
Okay.
take further, or defeat it, or...
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I'll just make a motion to reconsider item 40.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
So the item's on the floor for reconsideration. It can be,
I will introduce and ask, I will hold it then.
so I think that's best done by a motion. If
Okay.
you have
Motion
a
to
motion to
hold
hold,
item 40,
a motion to table, actually.
motion to table item 40.
Yeah, now we're,
Second, Counselor Hogan.
Thank you, Joe.
You all in favor?
Thank you.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Okay. After that, we'll go to Councilor Williams.
Thank you, President Pro Tem. I have items 42 through 46. I would like to introduce and urge their adoption.
Item 42. Are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 43. Are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 44. Are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 45. Are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 46, are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Counselor Jones-Rouser.
Thank you, Pro Temp. I have items 47 through 68. We'll be holding items 50, 42,
Wait a second.
Hold it. You'll be holding items 50.
yes,
What's the next one?
52,
Okay, so not 50, not 51, 52.
Okay.
oh, I'm sorry, 51 is a hold, so 52 is a, 52 is ready, sorry.
What about 50?
So what is
50 and
it?
51 are held.
50 and 51 that's being held, 52 is ready.
50, okay, go on, Counselor.
53, 56, 58, 59, and 60, 67, and 68.
Thanks.
All other items are ready.
They're ready, they're not being held?
No, those ones are being held.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're holding items 50, 51, 53, 56, 58, 59, and 60.
You gotta send individually.
67 and
67 and 68.
Yes.
Okay, go to item 47. Are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Oh, excuse me, hold it. You have to
I have to
introduce.
introduce my other,
Okay, you're going to, okay, go through that, Counselor Jones-Rouser. Introduce and urge the adoption.
all other items are ready. I introduce and urge their adoption.
Okay. City Clerk?
Sorry about that.
Okay, okay. Item 47.
We're getting there.
Yeah. Is there any objection? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 48. Are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 49. Are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
We'll go to 54.
Have to call them out individually and say them.
Item 50 will be held. Item 51 will be held. Item 52 is okay. Item 54 will be held.
53, that's 53 would be
Oh,
held.
53 is held?
Not 54.
Okay. So we'll go to item 52. Are there any objections?
I have a question. I have a statement.
Okay.
And it's not necessarily about.
Counselor Caldwell.
Thank you, Counselor Hogan. As we know, we are, part of the process is to try to work with the people that own the houses to try to keep them in the houses. But I would like to say, to put it on record, that I would like to know what, so far, we've taken a lot of houses on back taxes, but what is the process? How many are already taken? I want to put it out there, and what are they making sure that they do with the people that are in there, with the housing crisis we have? So my concern is, yes, we do have to do what the law permits, but we also need to make sure that when we're taking the houses, that we can equip to keeping it up in the neighborhoods. Because what happens is, when people are out of houses, then they become houses that tend to be vacant and squatters and a lot of other things going on. So that's my concern on that. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Caldwell. I do want to mention that, of course, the Greater Syracuse Land Bank has renovated and put back on the tax rolls over 1,200 properties since in the last 10 years. So I want to thank the counselors for their efforts regarding this, that we make sure we get the properties in the proper place with the proper people.
Councilor
Right, I'm
Hogan?
not questioning that they're doing it. I'm questioning how the houses are gonna be once they're taken. Because there are neighborhoods that are now houses that are abandoned and they got squatters in there and they look bad and then there's brings rodents and everything. So it's not questioning if they're doing a good job. I just want to know moving forward, because in the last couple months, we've taken about 75 or so houses, 100 houses. And that's a lot for anybody
We
to try
can
to keep
carry
up.
this debate at some
Counselor,
other point.
you all want to later on have a, meeting maybe with.
No, I'm all set. I just wanted to make a statement. Thank you.
Okay.
Councilor Hogan, can I make a
Sure,
comment?
make a comment, Councilor.
So, has the Syracuse Land Bank made all efforts contacting Mr. Tellerico? Made all efforts?
It's not land bank, it would be the city.
It was the city, so have we made all efforts?
NBD, is anyone here from NBD?
Have we made all efforts?
Councilors, let's get through this agenda, and
Okay.
then we'll have these discussions afterwards.
All right, thank you.
Okay, where did we leave off? Where did we leave off?
52.
Okay. Item 52, we'll go back to objections. Any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous.
Oh, Madam Clerk, I am going to oppose that just this time.
Okay, you're
Okay.
opposing?
You're objecting?
I'm just going to object this because if we have not gotten, helped the person, if, in this regard, this person has been contacted.
Counselor, are you objecting to it, which would hold it for two weeks? Are you objecting to it?
I'm just
Or are
going
you
to.
voting against it?
I am not against it. I think I want to hold this
Object.
and object to this.
Okay, so he's
Okay.
objecting to it.
Okay, so I just want to be clear, Counselor, you want it held, right?
Yes.
So, Counselor Jones-Rouser, can you add that to your held list?
Yes.
Of properties?
Okay.
Thank you.
53.
Item 54.
Wait.
Are we on 53?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
53 is being held.
53 is being held, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, 54. Are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Item 55. Are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
56 will be held. 57. Are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
58, 59, and 60 are being held. 61. Are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
62. Are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
63. Is there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
64. Are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
65. Are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's unanimous.
66. Are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
67 and 68 will be held. I'm going to Counselor Manto for
Thank you, President Pro Tem. 69 will be held.
Counselor, you have to go back and say each one separate. 67 is being held,
67, to the previous. 67 is being held, 68 is being held. Okay, now? Well, Counselor Manto, you're saying you're holding that?
We're going to hold 69.
Now we'll go to the supplemental agenda. Counselor Gathers.
Thank you, President Pro Temp. I would like to waive the rules for item 70.
Waiver of the rules?
So move.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Reintroduce, sir, Counselor.
Thank you, President Pro Temp. I have item 70. I would like to introduce and urge its adoption.
Okay. Are there any objections? Is there any discussion? Clerk, please call the roll on
All in
item 7.
favor? Aye. Opposed? It's unanimous.
Take a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
So moved.
Second.
Someone second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Rashida, for today.